Shira Granote is a doula and a public health registered nurse working with teenage mothers and their children residing in Hennepin County. She has a passion for talking to people she's never met before, writing, dancing, yoga, hiking, and greeting moments throughout the day with laughter. Please welcome Shira.
Thanks everyone for being here. It's really nice to come down, and this is the first time I've been published, so it's kind of a big deal for me, which has been great. And this last year I've been at the writers group in Midtown Writers Group, and so it's been quite a year of writing. So the first one I'm going to start with is the one that's published in Almanac this year, and it's called Better Bundle Up. It's another bitter, cold December day in Minnesota. My eyelashes and nose hairs grow icicles, and my lungs hurt from the negative 40-degree wind chill. I bundle myself up into a nicely decorated present. I put on my knee-length, oversized puffy coat, the thick scarf around my neck that my grandmother knitted me, my wool stocking cap that gives me character I could stand to live without, the gloves I got in New Zealand made of alpaca fur, and the sub-zero boots that could withstand deep snow, pelting ice rains, brown mucky puddles that when the ice begins to thaw, and enough insulation to keep my tiny toes from going numb. I just added about 10 pounds to my tiny frame, and I'm barely visible except for the slits of eyes that are showing so I can see where I'm walking. I'm off to St. Paul Trader Joe's for my weekly outing to the grocery store. Seems like I got there just before the afternoon rush comes in. It's quiet, the cashier assistants each have one customer. The flowers are neatly arranged at the front, and samples of hot apple cider are being handed out in the back. My winter garb is in a ball sitting inside my cart, and I fill the remainder of my cart with essentials, trying to stick to my list I've jotted down to what I need for this week's meals. Oops, I'm sorry, I say to a woman as I nearly run her over with my cart. No, I'm sorry, she says in return. I head down the last aisle to get my loaf of bread, and then make my way back to the checkout counter. The cashier takes my cart, and I say thank you. My groceries are neatly packed into the reusable bags I bring, and I smile at the young man as I push my cart out of the way to begin to prepare myself to go outside again. As I methodically retrace my bundling up pattern from before I left the house, I look at the woman doing precisely the same thing next to me, and I ask her, what are we doing living in Minnesota in the winter? Are we crazy? She said back to me I was thinking the very same thing. As we both prepped for going back out into the chilly air, I asked her how her day is going. She begins to tell me that she's in the fight for her life, living with a rare form of cancer, and that each moment, each day, and each encounter is a gift she no longer takes for granted. I stand there wide-eyed with tears welling inside me. I tell her that she possesses an incredible strength within her I can see, a beautiful spirit that radiates out, and that her journey is not yet over. As we finish sharing stories with each other, we both pause before zipping up our coats, join hands, and look at each other with purpose. She thanks me for listening to her, for reaching out and asking about her story. I tell her there's nothing more than I love than making connections with others whom yet I don't know. As we put the final touches on our winter bundling masterpieces, I say to her, I thank the cold for the opportunity to meet you today. If it weren't for the amount of time to get ready to go back outside, we would have never met. She says you are right, and then we parted ways, never exchanging our names, simply a hug to express our gratitude. Winter is on the way, just to prepare you guys. This one is about St. Paul Airport. I picked up a lot of friends and family members from that airport, so I decided to write about it. It's called One Family. If you ever doubt that love exists in the world, there's always an opportunity to find reassurance that families have tender spots for one another, that people do embrace each other, and children and spouses beam with excitement and smiles when they are reunited at the airport. The sun was shining, the birds were chirping, and the humidity was at its peak in the August day in St. Paul Airport. I got there early, just in case my brother's flight from Australia was early. Plus, I have to admit, I was very excited to see him after his year-long internship in the Outback. I stood in front of the sliding glass doors where international flights come down the escalator after going through customs. There was a crowd of people huddled around the door beside me, and it was as though we were one big happy family waiting our loved ones. Each time the doors would slide open, people leaned forward in anticipation for who was coming through the doors next. When their eyes met each other, smiles of joy, tears of reunion, and relief of safety passed through the crowd. The traveling family member headed straight into the arms of their family, melted into the love they shared, and rejoiced for the new appreciation for their family they had once left behind. This world, with its deadly shootings, innocent people being bullied, increasing rates of suicide, and the reality of unemployment and our healthcare crises, leads us to think that there's nothing good happening in the lives of those around us. But here on this day and this hour, I witness the gentleness of humans, the bonds that hold us together, and the love people have for one another. Though our stories are weaving tapestries with abrupt twists and turns, we're all imperfect people trying to seek our greatest potentials. At our core, we're all connected. What would the world be like if we started caring for each other as though we were part of the same family? The next one I wrote while I was lying in a hospital bed after many months, and was trying to imagine a better life. Imagine a person who is resilient and embraces challenges, a person who perseveres in the face of difficulties and has a voice, who knows that there will be hard times and they won't last forever. Imagine a person who owns their own story and processes their past, a person who leans on others for support and guidance, who is not alone in their suffering and pain. Imagine a person who is bold and beautiful, a person who is daring and desiring, who lives life to the fullest with no regrets. Imagine a person who is compassionate and inspires others, a person who lives in the present by embracing their unique qualities, who finds grace with their body, their spirit, and their life. Imagine a person who stares fear in the face, a person who's determined to try their best even though they are afraid to fail, who knows deep down that they are enough. Imagine a person who is confidently beautiful, a person who does not compare themselves to others, who discovers their passion and worthiness. Imagine a person who sees beauty all around them, a person who celebrates their own small victories, and who allows their tears to show they're real. Imagine a person who believes in themselves as much as they believe in others, a person who loves their authentic self and uses their challenges to rewrite their future, who starts each morning by telling themselves that they are not forgotten and they are significant in this life. Imagine yourself as this person. And the last one I'd like to finish with is a poem dedicated to my boyfriend. It's so my love. I don't know, he might be sitting in the front row. One of the ones with black. There is a space which once was empty, now is overflowing with love and care, beauty and acceptance, a connection to my spirit and a complement to my soul. Two loves intersect by no coincidence at all, where our past is a story and our present is a gift we give to each other. Our minds rest free from shame and guilt, fantasize about the places we will go. We have secrets only we are privileged to know. Wardrobes and chimes, benches and fountains, photographs and books, writings and prompts, cards and bracelets, tattoos and license plates, outdoor living rooms and living room on wheels, coffee shops and afternoon pleasures, dancing to our own rhythm and pet sitting delights. I wonder to what lengths will I go for love? As far as my legs will carry me to you. I know where there is no beginning, there is no end. For you I'm grateful. I get to be me and you get to be you exactly as we are. My eyes scan your body. I glance at your lips. We look with intent and passion into each other's eyes. I feel elated with you by my side. We smile wide at one another. Bliss is wrapped up in moments together. All fear is swept away. Any hurt is calmed by your presence. I embrace the sensations of your hands. Our bodies fit seamlessly together. Your warmth penetrates me. It lingers long into the night, bringing joy to every ounce of my heart. Thank you for being here, everybody.